Hello everyone and welcome back to more Football Manager 2019 with me, Mr. Grand 2, and episode 55 of Monaco. And well, we'll come back to reality after the end of our disappointing World Cup campaign with France, and we're already well into the swing of things. So since the end of the World Cup, not a single defeat for us in all competitions. Things are going very, very well. We are through in the Coupe de la Ligue. We won our fourth round match 3-1 against Nice, which is great because they're our arch rivals. We also won our quarter final, only just a last minute winner from Hossim Aouar against Nantes. That means that today we will be playing the semi-final against PSG, of course, a team that's beaten us quite often in recent times. So hopefully we can change the tide in that one. We also sealed victory in our Champions League group. That was sort of looked like it was probably going to happen anyway, but we drew 0-0 with Roma. In our final group stage match, we have topped the group, and our opponents in the knockout round, which will be tomorrow's episode, will be Inter Milan, which I think is actually probably a pretty good draw. Otherwise then, a full set of victories in the league since last time. A 1-0 win against Reims, 2-0 against Clermont Foot, 2-0 also against Strasbourg Alsace, and then most recently a 5-0 thumping of Stade Brestois, and that means that we are still top of the league. It's very, very close though. PSG have a game in hand, but you'd expect them to win that, which means they will only be 1 point behind us, so it's very, very close. Lyon seem to have fallen away a bit. Marseille and Nice have fallen away considerably, but it is between us and PSG for this league title this year. So in terms of transfers, obviously those regens we looked at a few episodes ago have joined us. A few players have gone out on loan, most notably Jack Clark. He'll be spending the rest of the season on loan at Red Bull Salzburg just to continue his development as best as possible. I'll probably look to sell him in the summer. But as you can see, we have signed a huge amount of players on pre-contract agreements following the expiration of their contracts in the summer. And, well, if nothing else, we'll be able to make a big amount of money on these guys because we're not paying them much wages at all. £170,000 in total for 5 players, I think is really, really good, especially players of this quality, still this young, many of them not even in their prime or in their prime as things stand. Not crazy signing on fees either, so we should make an absolute fortune on these guys, even if they don't play. First of all, Callum Hudson-Odoi will be joining us from Chelsea. I think he looks like he's not really developed that much, not played that much in the 4.5 years of the save so far, but maybe we can get something out of him. Only 22 years old. And we've also got Paulinho, who looks considerably more developed from Bayer Leverkusen. Physically very, very good. I don't know why they've not renewed his contract, actually. It's a very, very solid option, but there we go. Managed to sneak in and poach him. Now, the following 2 players have been transfer listed for a good period of time at their respective clubs, and we've swooped in to get them for absolutely nothing. But Dani Ceballos will be joining us. Of course, he's on loan at Arsenal now in real life. We've got him for absolutely nothing. Looks pretty solid. Can play in attacking midfield and deep line playmaker if we need him to. Obviously, got a lot of options for that position, so whether he stays around, I don't know, but could be a good piece of business anyway. The one I'm most excited about, though, actually, is a player I considered signing several times, is Tanguy Ndombele, obviously now at Tottenham in real life, but well, we've got him from Bayern Munich, who he's joined in the save, and I nearly considered calling him up for the World Cup. I think he's very, very good as the box-to-box midfielder. Looking at his attributes there, marking and tackling, not as good as they probably should be, but I think he's a good, solid squad option. Could potentially replace Jorrit Hendricks. I don't know. I do like Hendricks a lot. But we've also got Claudio Gomez, formerly of PSG, who has joined, of course, Manchester City last summer. And we've got him on a free transfer as well. Looks pretty good. He's only 22. Again, we've got so many options in midfield. We probably don't need all these guys. Not all of them will be playing, that's for sure, but they might do, you never know, and they're not on crazy money. The biggest news as well is that Pietro Pellegrini is still a Monaco player, and he is very happy to be here. We did get a bid from Liverpool. The initial bid was about £90 million. Maybe I should have accepted it because we're kind of running out of money. We are into our overdraft, shall we say, in the bank account. I don't really know why. I hope it will work itself out towards the end of the season and doesn't become a regular fixture of the save. But we rejected the bid, and I talked to him about it. He wanted to go. I said, "You're an influential presence in the dressing room," and he was like, "Yeah, all right, I'll stay." So that's the end of that one. Then Liverpool have wasted a good 3 months of their lives trying to tap him up. It hasn't worked for them, and well, I can't really complain about that one. So then, can we get one over PSG today? We've got a full strength team in order to be able to do it. But Lafont's going to be a goal. Mendy, Martinez, De Ligt, and Sidibe the defence. We did have an offer from China for Djibril Sidibe. I mean, he's 30 years old. which, is kind of the time that, you get rid of players. But really, he still looks great. Physically, he's absolutely fine. Are we going to be able to get somebody like as good or better for reasonable money? Probably not. We might as well keep him. And even if it means we keep him and we end up not really getting very much for him down the line, it doesn't really matter, does it? Anyway, Balde and Skov on the wings, of course. Kessie and Tielemans in the middle, of course. And Aouar continuing a fantastic debut season for us, in behind Pietro Pellegrini up front. So as we've seen, PSG have been kind of better than us for quite a long time recently. They've beaten us pretty much every match we've played them since the Coupe de France final, of course in the Trophy de Champions and in the league as well. So can we overturn that recent form and get a win against them here? Kessie robbing Neymar early on, which you love to see, driving forwards. He's had a fantastic season. He's our joint top scorer. And come to Aouar, smacks it against the crossbar, and Pietro Pellegrini is tackled before he can put in the rebound. Well, Ferland Mendy's gone off with a bit of an injury, unfortunately. Nothing hopefully too serious, but can't risk these things going forward. So Henriks is on for the rest of the match. Hopefully he doesn't do anything calamitous like he normally does. Well, at half-time, and it is 0-0 in this one, which is considerably better than some of the recent matches where we've been like 4-0 down at this point. So keep it up. Go out there and keep it up. I mean, this may well go to penalties, but I do actually back us in the penalty shootout. We've got a lot of absolutely deadly penalty takers. I mean, saying that, we did lose the last penalty shootout we played, didn't we? But maybe not this time. Skov with the corner in. Absolutely nothing else has happened in the second half. It's gone straight to Arana. Diego Jota looks a little bit outnumbered. Here's some support from Neymar. There's Mbappe, and he's missed. I mean, maybe he's carrying on his form from the World Cup. A little bit disappointing from him there. Koulibaly headed in, and Lafont makes an absolutely massive save once again to keep out the big Senegalese defender, and claims again from Neves. And, well, some glorious opportunities there from PSG, including one that I don't know which one that was, which of the three. I think it was the Koulibaly one, but big saves from Lafont there. I mean, literally the absolute worst thing to possibly see in a Football Manager game. Robert Skov is injured. I hope it's not too bad. What is it? Foot injury. Okay, hopefully not too awful. Berardi's going to come on, obviously. We've got plenty of deputies in this area, and I've just put Lozano on because I wasn't really looking and I clicked the wrong one. Oh dear. Well, Balde's had a pretty shocking game, so I'll probably move them over. I was going to bring Lozano on at some point anyway, but there you go. You've got to pay attention in this game, really, haven't you? Not many highlights in this one. Can we find any breakthroughs? We've got both wings freshened up now, albeit one not quite so intentional. But working it through the middle. Henriks, quite a lot of players on bookings. Hopefully that doesn't cost us. Lozano cuts back inside. Working it through the middle. Aouar looking for some space. Not really found an opening at this point. PSG penning us back a little bit, but Aouar's on the ball. It's come to Henriks. Lozano's going to go for the shot. And it's gone wide. The game froze quite a little bit there. I don't know if that's going to come up in the recording. Well, a pretty even game, but it is going to go to penalties. And, well, we've just gone with the auto pick. Berardi's pretty good. Pellegrini's good. Kessie. And then, I mean, it's kind of not great after that. Maybe I should have kept Balde on in some way. I don't know. Okay, here we go. Berardi up first. If he misses, I think it's pretty much... I'm pretty pessimistic. He doesn't miss, though. Good. Our best penalty taker scores. Neymar for PSG. Level it up, which he does. Not much of a reaction from Lafont, who's had a very, very good game. So hopefully he can get a save here. Pellegrini needs to score. He does. I think this is going a lot better than our previous penalty shootout did anyway. Milinkovic-Savic steps up for PSG and he sends Lafont the wrong way. Okay, Yuri Tielemans is our last sort of passable penalty taker. He puts his away. And Ruben Neves to equalise. And he doesn't. Lafont with the big save. Absolutely fantastic. Okay, Kessie's not bad at penalties. Put this away and we've got a commanding advantage. He does. And pressure now firmly on PSG. And it is going to be Ricardo Pereira to try to keep them in this one. If Lafont can pull off a save or if he misses, we will be going through to the final. And he scores, which means it better not be De Ligt. It's not De Ligt, I was going to say. I was having Champions League final flashbacks. Hostim Aouar steps up to put us into the Coupe de la Ligue final. I mean, it's not the biggest prize, but we want to be there. We want to be winning it. Aouar steps up and he puts it away. confidently. We've beaten PSG, albeit only on penalties. I don't really care, it still counts. We are through to the Coupe de la Ligue final. I'm not going to say it was disappointing. We've been rubbish against PSG recently. I'm going to say well done, because you didn't lose to them. Now, how badly injured is Skov? This is going to be potentially season defining. Mendy as well, of course, was injured. He's out for 3 weeks. Not great. What about Skov? 3 to 4 weeks. Both of those could have been considerably worse, but not ideal at all. Is he going to miss the Champions League game against Inter Milan? I think he might, just. So I think he's probably just going to miss the first leg. He should be back for the second, but not at all ideal. He might be back, you never know. We have got a very good physio department. Well, it required penalties to do it, but our opponents in the final are going to be Saint Etienne, of course, our opponents in the next game of the episode. But, well, we don't have a particularly good record against them, and we will have to beat them if we want to win either domestic cup. We have also sold Carlos Alenia. He's gone to FC Rostov in Russia for 7.75 million, potentially rising to £9 million. Pretty good value for a guy that we didn't pay anything for. Well, we finally got rid of Liverpool's interest, so obviously now PSG want to sign him, don't they? I'm going to have to give him a new contract. I don't think he's going to talk to me again now after being happy for about a week, but I'm sure we can persuade him to stay again, right? Maybe. I'm not selling him to PSG. That's just not happening. Well, that's just typical, isn't it? Anyway, we also drew 0-0 with Le Havre. I'm glad I didn't record it because it's incredibly boring, but also incredibly disappointing. We played a rotated side as much as possible, and they didn't do the job, which means that if PSG win their game in hand, they will overtake us once again at the top of the league. But our focus is on the Coupe de France. We are in the 9th round against Saint Etienne. The 10th round has already happened. So if we do win this, we will be playing Marseille in the 10th round, while everyone else will be finding out who they're playing in the 11th round, I guess. The World Cup's really messed up this season. So the team for this one is much the same as the one for the previous, except for obviously Mendy and Skov drop out due to injuries, with Bareka and Berardi coming in. Early chance, Sidibe with the throw-in, and he's given it straight to Saint Etienne. They can break, but doesn't look like it's going to happen at the moment. It's bounced to Keita Balde. He's been a little bit crowded out, but he's found some space, and we're going through the middle. Awar with a shot, and it's a fantastic shot into the bottom corner of the goal. Absolutely fantastic from Hossein Awar. Not the most consistent. He's had a very high average rating, far higher than Golovin ever did, but well, really coming into some fantastic form. Not into the bottom corner, an absolutely brilliant strike into the top corner. Fantastic goal from him, and we have the lead very early on. Well, counter for Saint Etienne was shut down, and Balde's running clear. Pellegri's in, and he's hit the post. Chance once more for Awar. He's going to get a second. So close, just across the face of the goal. Lots of neat passes. Come down, and Pellegri missed it, but Keita Balde is there to mop up and put the ball away, and we now have a pretty solid lead against a team that's caused us so many problems in cup competitions in the past. Doesn't look like it's going to be the case this year. Another one that's just sort of floated up into the top corner. That looked very weird. Free kick for Saint Etienne in this second half. They managed to pull a goal back in off Frank Kessie. Unfortunately, I think he was facing the wrong way, but no other highlights since half time. We were looking like we were coasting home, but yeah, nothing Kessie can really do about that one. Very unfortunate. And a possible lifeline for Saint Etienne. Final minute of the game, Berardi's robbed Saint Etienne from a throw-in. Can we get ourselves a third goal to absolutely seal it? Not a single highlight since the Saint Etienne goal. Are they going to get themselves an equaliser later on? Doesn't look like it. Lozano driving forwards, and that's a terrible pass, so they might still be in here. Kazri's clear. Is he going to equalise? Last ditch tackle coming in from De Ligt to save us, as he does so very often. We get away with it. It's a 2-1 win in the end. Good result, and we are safely through to the next round. Well, as I said, we will be playing, I'm not going to say disappointing. Again, we're beating somebody that we don't always normally beat, so how is that disappointing? We will be playing Marseille in the next round, but as you can see, 10th round match is already happening, which is a bit weird. And indeed, that has actually been scheduled straight away as our next match in 3 days' time because we're so behind. But hopefully we'll be able to beat that one. We're not going to play that one today. And next time we'll be back, as said, for the Champions League knockout round match. We may well have a Coupe de France game if we do get past Marseille. I do not know. We'll have to wait and see what happens in that one next time. PSG still busy tapping up Pietro Pellegri, which is a little bit unfortunate. But that is going to be the end of the episode there. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you do not miss the next episode. And I will see you next time.